Alright, you guys, so we are still talking about those nifty parallel lines cut by a transversal. We're still using those rules, but now we're going to look at some kind of cool shapes using parallel lines that are cut by a transversal. So we have to keep those rules in mind and kind of view this in a different way than our standard just parallel lines. Okay, so looking here are my parallel lines. Okay, and one transversal is right here. Another one is right here. Okay, so there's several things, or several ways you can do this problem, actually, since there's one transversal that cuts through the two parallel lines here, and there's another transversal that cuts through here. So I know that these two are my parallel lines because they have the nifty little arrow thing drawn in between the line, which means parallel. Okay, so looking at this, there are several options that you can do. Okay, I'm going to kind of look at it this way. Here are my parallel lines and here's my transversal. Okay, so I want to somehow use the 70 to help me find one of the other angles in my picture. Okay, so let's see if there's a way that we can do that right now. Alright, so looking here, let me see. Alright, which actually, hold on guys. Sorry, I need to adjust my colors that I'm using. What color would work? I think yellow would be fine. Alright, so here I have 70 right here, okay, and I want to find another angle that makes a shape with that. Let's see what happens when I sketch over X. Okay, so here's X, and here is that one, which actually, sorry guys, let me use a different color because you can't really see the purple, or sorry, the yellow, so I'll use purple. So here's angle 70, and here's angle X. Alright, what letter do those two form when you put them together? They do make the F shape. And what is that F shape called when you see it? They are corresponding angles, which means that they are congruent. So knowing that, I know that these two angles are congruent, which is pretty awesome. So this one is congruent to this one, which means that angle X is going to be 70 because these are corresponding angles. Okay, so I'll just write that down so you kind of know what I'm talking about. So the way I got to angle X is by corresponding angles, which are congruent. Okay, so I already know X. X equals 70 degrees. Nice. Now all that's left is angle Y. Okay, so angle Y, again, there's several ways you can do this. This is not the only way, but this is the way I see it. If I look at angle X, the 50 degrees and Y, what do all three of these angles form? Okay, which I'm going to kind of trace over them if I can. I know things are getting all blended together. So here's angle X. Here's angle 50, and here's angle Y. What do all three of those angles form, or kind of what are they all resting on? What are they all sitting on? Well, all three of those, when you put them together, form this line down here. And what is the degree of a line, you guys? It is 180. So that means that these three angles, since they form this line right here, or they're sitting on the line basically, that means they all have to add up to be 180. So to get Y, if I do Y plus my 50 degree angle, plus my X angle, which is 70 degrees, they should all add up to be 180. So that's going to help me find Y. Alright, let's start combining some like terms, you guys. So my 50 and my 70 are like terms, which 50 plus 70 gives me 120 degrees. I'm going to bring my Y down. Alright, then to solve for Y, I need to move this 120 to the other side. Which the way I move my 120 to the other side is by subtracting it, since it's positive. So minus 120, minus 120. 120 minus 120 cancels and turns to 0. 180 minus 120 is 60 degrees. So guess what, you guys? Y is 60 degrees. Holy hot dog, right? There we go. Wasn't that cool? We were able to use a different shape in our parallel lines to solve. In the next problem, we have this nifty trapezoid over here that's going to help us solve. So you'll have to wait for that. It's coming. Don't you worry.